All right, Pellistri rewarded, no Casemiro appeal. Welcome to United Matters channel. Rafael Varane, Eric Ten Hag have gone ahead and really issued their sincere feeling about that red card of Casemiro and how bad it's going to really affect us as a team of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Semanda Muzamiru, thank you very much for watching through. Nachitenda Esther, thank you. Bazara Lucky, then Oluport Charles. It's always nice having you onto this channel. And guys, I'm sorry. I'm like 10 minutes late, but guys, I'm sorry. But the best thing is that I've felt for the past 1 week, I think I've fulfilled my promise that I'm always going to come here and do live videos. I think that's the most interesting bit of it, because as it stands right now, every day at least we are having a live session and you guys are really asking me your questions and I'm responding to them. Like Olport Charles, you're going to get my response to Sabitza. Then Nachitende Esther, we are going to go on and really dissect everything that is going down into Manchester United as far as it stands. But 3 stories that I'm really going to go ahead and really put my emphasis on. Facundo Pellistri, contract incoming. That is slotting, and Fabrizio Romano has confirmed it that United are working to give Pellistri a new contract. Then Casemiro, red card, not to be appealed by the team of Manchester United. A statement has been issued out. We are going to go through the statement and see what have they said, and Ten Hag's reaction plus Varane and how he misses Casemiro in the team. So smash the like button and let's set the ball rolling. Now, I brought you a story earlier today that Manchester United is considering to loan Facundo Pellistri, that is in the summer. And most of you, it never went well in your memory lane, but I think that will be the best decision that Eric Ten Hag and the technical team of Manchester United headed by Darren Fletcher will ever make. Do you know why? If you keep him at the club and he's not getting enough playing time because there is a lot of competition and Eric Ten Hag is really in need of adding more quality to the team, then he is not really benefiting. The best way for him to benefit is loaning him in a Premier League team, not doing what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did when he bought him in 2020 and took him and loaned him to the Spanish La Liga. Yet you want the player to play in the Premier League and you are loaning him to the to the La Liga. You would have loaned him to what we call the championship, such that he goes ahead and gets you to the physicality of the championship. As you see Ahmad Diallo, as you see Hannibal, as you see Alvaro Fernandez at Preston North End, they are doing a very, very, very good job that side. And I think it's one of those things that we are here happy for, because these boys are really doing a wonderful job that side of Sunderland, Preston North End, Birmingham, and there is this right back, Ethan Laird, playing at Queen Park Rangers. They are doing a very good job. Now, what shows that if you work hard, you get rewarded is this on Facundo Pellistri. Then Fabrizio Romano has told us that there is a serious possibility that United will offer Facundo Pellistri a new contract before sending him out on loan in the summer. Ten Hag is very happy with Pellistri. Now, that is really a very huge indicator that Eric Ten Hag is really so much in lock, all in line, all in tune with the player known as Facundo Pellistri. I like Facundo Pellistri. I always seen him as that player that we lack in our team, especially a right-footed player who plays on the right wing perfectly, and he really fits the profile. That is the guy. So to me, I see him as one of those players that should be given a new contract and kept at the club for a very, very long time. I think if at all they give him a new contract that's going to keep him in the club for the next 5 years, because he's just 20 years of age, I think for that you go all out and call in for his loaning, because he benefits a lot. The club benefits and the player himself benefits. Why? Because he is really getting enough playing time. And there is no way you are going to up the level of Pellistri by not getting him playing time. So you need to see him out, and then we'll return in the summer and see how he's really going to perfect, how really he would have gone ahead to perfect his way of playing. If at all he's doing well, then we'll retain him. If at all he's not doing well and has not gone ahead to impress Eric Ten Hag again, then we'll let him go. But 100% believe Pellistri if at all he gets a proper club that is going to develop him very well, he will go well in the books of Erik ten Hag, and he will be one of those players that we're going to keep at the club for a very, very long time. So Erik ten Hag is so much happy with Facundo Pellistri at the club of Manchester United, and he is really willing to give him a new contract. And obviously, I'm also in support of that, because how come you don't support a player like Facundo Pellistri, who's really doing a wonderful job at the club? And for me, one thing I liked about the Facundo signing is our scouting network. If our scout network can stretch up to South America and get in a player like Facundo Pellistri, then we have to go on and really give them the respect they deserve. Because United was not so much known for scouting players outside the Premier League even. We rarely out-scouted players outside the Premier League. Most of the signings that Alex Ferguson made were in the Premier League. And I think not until he had Carlos Queiroz as his assistant manager, when he started to go all out and getting players from Portugal. We rarely got players from France. We rarely got players from Netherlands. I think we last got a player from Netherlands under Alex Ferguson in, was it 2001, 2002, when we signed Ruud van Nistelrooy. That's it. In Portugal, we got there Ronaldo, Cristiano. I think that was the first signing from Portugal. Then after Ronaldo coming in and performing very well, we got in Nani from that side. Who else did we get from Portugal? Bebe, the one who flopped. Bebe flopped. Obertan from France flopped. And I think Anderson was got from Portugal. So from Spain, who did we get from Spain? Under Alex Ferguson era. But I think there's other eras that came in through for Louis van Gaal. We got some players from different areas. From Eredivisie, that is Dare Blind, Memphis Depay. We brought in a player from Bundesliga, Bastian Schweinsteiger, then Christian Romero, the goalkeeper. It was Sergio Romero, the goalkeeper. So I think the scouting of United over the years has gone on improving. And that's what I liked about the Facundo Pellistri signing, that he was a player who was 18 years of age, performing at his club. Was it Penero? Yeah, the club was called Penero. Then we went in for him, and that really went well into my understanding. I said, all right, now we are stretching our scouting scope to South America. And we all know that South America has got the best talent in the world. Secondly, it's cheap. It's cheap. And if at all this board was so much listening to the advice of Ralf Rangnick, Enzo Fernandez would have been playing at Manchester United. Remember, in the January of last year, Ralf Rangnick hinted on United going in for Enzo Fernandez, and the board said, we are not going in for him. And guess how much Enzo Fernandez was going for? Just 25 million euros or 30 million euros. That was the amount of money. But look at how Enzo Fernandez is playing right now. He's playing at a world-class level. Okay, top class, because he's not at world class, but he's playing at a top class level. And he plays literally in all the three central positions of the midfield. So I think if Ten Hag can scout more players like Pellistri, like Lisandro Martinez, like Anthony, because for Lisandro Martinez, he got him from Argentina, straight from Argentina, and brought him to Ajax. Then for Anthony, he scouted him from Sao Paulo, Brazil. So if at all we can find ourselves in those positions of really scouting and bringing in those players here at Manchester United, I believe that is going to work well down in Manchester United, because we'll not spend a lot of money. That's why you see to it that when it comes to the takeover, I go with the Qataris. Do you know why? The Qataris have come out and told and indicated and told the media that they want to have a club in every continent, meaning that they want to do like RB Leipzig. Do you know how many talents RB Leipzig has scouted? Haaland, Sadio Mane, Benjamin Šeško, very many talents they've scouted. Do you know why they are able to do that? They're having a Red Bull team in America. They're having a Red Bull team in South America. They're having a team in Europe, that is Man City. They're having a team in Asia. So Australia, they're having a team. So they can easily scout players. And Man City is also doing it. They go all out there and place a team in South America. They have a team in North America. They have a team in Europe, that is Man City. and they'll go in Asia and open up a team such that they get the cream de la cream of the would-be next big talents coming in from that side. So that's why I'm loving the Qataris, because they have that module in their plan to have a very huge scouting network that will go ahead and really stop us from spending huge on transfers. That's why I really love the Qataris, and I'm so much obsessed with them. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share, and that is all about Facundo Pellistri, and I would love to see him stay at the club. Whether loaned or not loaned, I would love to see him at Manchester United, because I believe he's a different kind of winger altogether that we lack in the modern generation. Semanda Muzamiru, how are you, bro? I'm doing great. Nachitende Esther, I'm coming to your issue of Casemiro. Hello, bro. That is Bazara Lucky. Thank you for watching in. That is where they stopped watching the game. All right. Thank you very much for watching in through. So I think we go to the Casemiro story, right? Let's get to the Casemiro story. Now, people were coming out and really urging United to make an appeal. And the club has gone ahead and really issued a statement. They've issued a statement that they are not going to make an appeal for Casemiro. And they've said club makes Casemiro decision on whether to make an appeal or not. The statement reads, Manchester United have decided not to appeal against Casemiro's red card in the 0-0 draw with Southampton. After initially being booked by the referee Anthony Taylor for the challenge on Carlos Alcaraz in the first half, it was upgraded following a VAR review. The punishment is a 4-match ban because the Brazil international was also sent off in the home win over Crystal Palace against when VAR was used in the wake of the multiplayer fracas. Casemiro will miss the Emirates Cup quarterfinal with Fulham this Sunday and next month's Premier League fixtures against Newcastle, Brentford and Everton. He will be available for Thursday's UEFA Europa round of 16 second leg away to Rio Betis. That is what the club has really put out, and they are not going to make a decision. That is it. They aren't going to make an appeal, not a decision, I'm sorry. They are not going to make an appeal. Guys, smash the like button. We're having 30 people watching in, and only 3 have smashed the like button. Continue to smash the like button. Now on that, Esther Nachitende, but Casemiro red card was harsh. You know, to me, I believe he deserves to get a red card. But what brings in a lot of questions is simple. Why is it that the same referee who was acting as the VAR official in the game of Chelsea doesn't flash a red card or doesn't call in for the referee to go and do a review on the foul of Ampate? Is it Amate? Is it Ampate that he made on João Felix? Because that foul looked worse than that of Casemiro. It looked worse than that of Casemiro, and he never called the referee to go on and do it. You get? I think that's why this argument has risen to this level, because people believe in consistency and equality. You get? To me, I believe it was a red card for Casemiro, but what makes it not a red card to eyes of many is that the same VAR official that never called for a red card to be given to Ampate in the game of Chelsea versus Leicester City is the same referee that was seated in the VAR room when United was playing Southampton, and he makes an opposite decision of what he made at King Power Stadium. So that's why people are in here trying to go all out and really go hard on him. That's it. But I believe if at all Ampate was given a red card, the red card of Casemiro would have been okay. To me, I believe he has not gotten a red card in his career, as the manager has gone ahead and really said that's true, especially the club career, played close 500 games and has not gotten a straight red card. But this time around, things never went well in his existence. That is where I stopped watching the game. Really, Esther, you were that weak. For me, I watched it until the end of it. And to me, to tell you a funny thought, I thought that we were going to win that game. I mean, it's us having one man less. I thought we were going to win that game because I saw everything going into our make. VAR can see our cards, but it can't show penalties. You're right on that. I was fuming. If I told you watched my match, my match reaction, I was fuming about I was fuming about the penalty. It was a penalty. It was penalty. It was a penalty. It was a penalty. And that's where you go on and really ask yourself, where do these people that work on VAR sleep? Where do they spend most of their days? Because it's really hurting when a team like Manchester United has gotten a red card. All right, we've accepted it has happened. A decision has been taken. Casemiro first tackled the ball, and then his foot really went onto the ankle of Alcaraz, the one of the forwards, one of the central midfielders of Southampton. Yes, but why don't you play what we call a balanced judgment? You get, all right. The referee didn't see it. Call him onto the side monitor and let him turn it down by himself. That's why no one is going on Anthony Taylor. That's it, because those calls are supposed to be made by VAR. And VAR just snubbed it like it never happened. Yet it's required to be reviewed. So to me, that was my most annoying bit of the game. Then hello, first update us about Sabitzer with the red card. We are down in the midfield. All right. Sabitzer, all I can tell you is that I'm waiting for an update coming in from Erik ten Hag. That's going to be on Wednesday. I think he's going to hold that press conference down in Spain, and then we'll be knowing whether Sabitzer is back or not. And if at all he's back in training, we'll be informed by the club. But right now, he is not back. He is not back. And obviously, on a bad note, on the press conference held after the game of Rio Betis, no one posed any question about Sabitzer. That's it. So I think we are waiting for the manager to give us the ultimatum about him. So all right. Let's get into some other stuff here. Erik ten Hag has also come out and really spoken today about the tackle of Casemiro. He said, of course, when you freeze frame it, it looks bad. But anyone who knows football, who has played football, knows what it's bad, what is not, and which is fair. Casemiro is a very fair player, tough, but fair. That's what Ten Hag is saying about Casemiro. And to me, I believe, talking about freeze framing, very many times, VAR has gone ahead to issue red cards when they freeze framed. That's it. So I think we are just trying to really defend Casemiro. But I think it should be a message that goes down well in the memory of Casemiro that this is the Premier League. The referees are really substandard. You get? They have their agendas to make news, because every time VAR is not discussed about for a month, I think they feel like it's not in operation. You get? That's why they find themselves doing stupid calls that are not even called for. And I believe that Casemiro finds himself in a position of being a victim of circumstance. Why? After that game of Chelsea, these referees are called and the games are reviewed. And I think after that review, they told him that was supposed to be a red card. That was supposed to be a red card. And when he reviews, and when he comes back on duty on Sunday, after messing it up at Power Stadium, or the King Power Stadium, Chelsea versus Leicester City, said, all right, this is my time to make it right. That's it. So I think Casemiro is a victim of circumstance, because the referee had given him a yellow card for that. He had given him a yellow card and not a red card. And the referee thought that it was supposed to be a yellow card. But we've seen on very many occasions referees being called and change their minds, and others don't change their minds. So Anthony Taylor came in through and really issued a red card. But for Anthony Taylor, he was that man who gave us a wall that was even beyond, was it 5 yards? In the game of Aston Villa, that saw Leon Bailey curled that ball to the back of the net that made it 1-0 in the 9th minute of the game. So I think he's also to blame, because VAR are coming in through, and obviously calling for review doesn't mean that you make your decision. So though on very few occasions we've seen VAR change decisions, on very few occasions we've seen referees change decisions in the favor of their earlier decision when they are called on the side screen monitor by VAR. Most of them just go with what VAR is telling them. That's it. So then one of the friends of Casemiro, that is Rafael Varane, has gone ahead and said, Casemiro is a very important player for us. He brings balance to the team and the group, but we have a good group and we have to find another balance without him. We have good players to play in all positions. And he's right, because Casemiro is a very good player that really gives us a different kind of balance in the team. And hate him or love him, Casemiro is the glue to that team. He's the glue to that team. And we are going to play very many games without him. That's it. We are going to play very many games without Casemiro, and that's really going to be a very huge blow, according to me, as a United fan. And I believe that lots of things are really going to be happening without Casemiro, and we find ourselves in positions of really losing games. Last time he missed 3 games, and in those 3 games, we lost 2 points. We would have got 9, but we managed to win 2 games. Against Leicester 3-0, against Leeds 2-0, and the first tie at Old Trafford, we drew 2-2. I believe if Casemiro was present, the result would have gone in our favor, according to me. So we miss him a lot, and I think you also, the fans, miss him a lot. Then Rafael Varane halted, already added the following. Casemiro is very disappointed because nobody wants to leave the pitch before the end. But as I said, it's part of football. It's very disappointing, but you have to focus on the next matches, and that is it. So I think Varane has given us the right goal. Let's focus on the next game. Let's focus on the next game. That has happened. A club statement has been issued on Monday, and we have to prepare for the game away at Rio Betis. You know that very well. And that game is going to come on Thursday. So we need to use the available players to find ourselves in a situation of winning the following games that we're going to be having at Manchester United. And obviously, if not, then we might lose concentration onto those games. So I'm having Odong, James, Osimhen, and Kane, who is better for United next season. If it's Osimhen and Kane, Osimhen is better. Osimhen is better. 24 years of age. His physicality is undoubted. This season, he has not been injured a lot. He's really one of those people that you'll go all out and trust, that is not injury prone. If at all you keep Weghorst, Martial, and Victor Osimhen, obviously, you will find yourself in a position of really trusting him with your line, and you'll be having 3 options. Ten Hag said at the beginning of the season that he needs 3 forwards. He needs 3 forwards. He had 2 Ronaldo and Martial, and he needed 1 more. And so that's Eric Ten Hag for you. And I think he still believes in that principle. But Harry Kane, to me, I don't really like Harry Kane. That's it. He comes in at Old Trafford. When he comes in at Old Trafford, he'll do the job. He'll score those goals. Trust me, he will score those goals. But the edge, he's not part of the project. He's not part of the project. I believe we need a better young striker than Harry Kane. That is in the age of Victor Osimhen, Benjamin Sesko, Gonçalo Ramos, Vlahovic. Those 4 strikers, if you can get one, the better. But to me, I believe even Osimhen is really overpriced. To me, he's being priced out of the move to Manchester United. You can't tell me that we should pay 133 million pounds for Victor Osimhen. No way. There is nothing Victor Osimhen does better than Benjamin Sesko. And to tell you, Benjamin Sesko and Gonçalo Ramos are the better type of strikers that I would love to see at Manchester United, because their skill set is great. You get? They feel secure with the ball. That's it. And they have underlined clinical finishing. Do you know what they call underlined clinical finishing? So they are really great, and I would go in for them on any day. And I wouldn't find myself in a position of calling in for a Victor Osimhen or a Harry Kane. One, they're expensive. Harry Kane, I was shocked that even if United is to go for him, do you know how much we are supposed to pay? That 100+ million pounds. How can we pay 100 million pounds on a player who is 30 years of age? We can't. Harry Kane, is in the evening of his career. You are not even sure whether he's going to be injury prone or not. That's it. So I don't want us to really bring Harry Kane. I don't see money to buy Victor Osimhen. I think we should go for Benjamin Šeško, 60 million pounds, or Goncalo Ramos, 70 million pounds, or Dusan Vlahovic at 80 million pounds. To me, those are my options. Harry Kane and Victor Osimhen, thank you very much. You are good, but your pricing is really very huge. You remember we are supposed to bring in a defender, a central defensive midfielder to act as a backup of Casemiro. You get? We need close to 5 players. And if I told you spend 130 million pounds, that is really huge. Yet in the summer, we might spend close to 200 million pounds or 150 million pounds. Then why should we have to do all that? And there is even a condition of us signing players. We should sell to buy. We should sell to buy. So why should we sell to buy a player who is going to consume 90 of our budgets? That's not business, guys. Can you please tell me more about Mason Greenwood? That is Okello Tom. Mason Greenwood is really undergoing what we call rehabilitation. And I think United is willing to usher him back in the preseason. Towards the preseason, I think the final decision will be really laid out. And I think it's going to be positive because the club doesn't have money to compensate to Greenwood. If they terminate this contract, they can even pay him close to 40 or 50 million pounds. That's it. Asimwe Hillary, what games are Casemiro going to miss? Casemiro is going to miss the game of Fulham on Sunday. Then that's going to be the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Then we go to the international break. He will miss the game of Brentford, Everton, and Newcastle. Those are the 4 games that Casemiro is going to miss. Then we are having Rula, I Just United board, always going for big names, then end up failing. Yeah, and I think this time around, it's going to be really different. I anticipate that in the summer, we are not going to be having the Glazers here. Hopefully, I'm not 100% sure, but hopefully we are not going to be having the Glazers here. So when they come out and we bring in a new owner, I think things will change. Things will change and they'll be doing in our favor and we'll be making signings early enough, because I've seen Sir Jim Ratcliffe trying to recruit or to starting to really make a research on which people he should bring at Manchester United to be in the technical department, meaning that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has really decided that if it only comes in through, the likes of Richard Arnold, John Mata are going to be sacked on immediate notice. Then Rula, I want Qatari in and Rangnick as our sporting director. That is also possible. It's also possible because when you look at Rangnick, he really had made a very good research on Manchester United, and he really sent in his dossier to Erik ten Hag, and Erik ten Hag really reviewed it, and it was really on point, and it made a lot of sense to Erik ten Hag. That's why you see to it that all those players that he believed were not worth to be at Manchester United were really thrown out of the window. Ronaldo, Paul Pogba, Lingard, you get? He just threw them out of the window, and I think those are the players that never were near the qualities of the manager known as Ralf Rangnick in there for you. But I also want the Qataris in. That's it. I want the Qataris in on any expense because they're having the best money we need. We need money. We need money. You get? Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not willing to really pay all clear off that debt of close to 600 million pounds, right? Yet this man known as Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is willing to do that. Then we should go in for a person like that for the club of Manchester United. Bazara Laki, when is United going to be sold? If all goes well, at the end of this month, we might get some good news that the Glazers have finally sold the club of Manchester United. That's it. But I think Sheikh Jassim is really ready to do the needful and to do all what it takes to take over the club of Manchester United. And I think he's really one of those that will trust with the club. Then I'm having Rula, Glazers out. Thank you for watching in. The Glazers have to be out. Remember, even at Wembley, in the finale of the Carabao Cup that we won, fans were screaming Glazers out. Fans were screaming Glazers out. Oweta Solomon, in my opinion, I would suggest next season Pellistri can go on loan. Then we keep Ahmad Diallo to prove himself and compete with Anthony. Yeah, I think Ahmad Diallo is going to return, but Ahmad Diallo is really going to return at a very difficult point because Greenwood is going to be back. I'm just insinuating. If Greenwood is also back at the club, we don't know what the manager is going to choose in for. Is he going in for Greenwood as a striker or as a right attacking midfielder or a right winger? So if he goes in for Anthony to compete with Ahmad Diallo, that will be great. It will be great. And I'm one of those people who don't believe in bringing in Kudus. That's it. I don't believe in signing Muhammad Kudus. Do you know why? Ahmad Diallo can literally do everything that Muhammad Kudus does. You get, and Ahmad Diallo is doing them at the Championship a mirror of the Premier League, meaning that he can thrive in the Premier League too. And we've seen him play in the Premier League before for Manchester United, and he really put in fantastic and convincing performances. So I believe the reason as to why Erik ten Hag just loaned Ahmad Diallo was simple. He knew that it was going to be hard for him to get Anthony if at all he really has Ahmad Diallo. So he sent Ahmad Diallo on loan to create that vacuum of demand to the board that I need a left-footed right attacking midfielder or right winger, but I'm not having any. Then they had everything on their burden to go on and really get in Anthony at the club. But I believe Ahmad Diallo can give Anthony some good competition. To me, I also believe that if at all Anthony comes in, if at all Ahmad Diallo comes in through, it will help improve Anthony because Anthony will be knowing this position is not only mine, there is even another player who can compete for it. And you know what competition brings in the team? It brings good performances. Why? Every time the manager gives you a chance, you'll know that this is the golden chance given to me. I have to utilize it. And when you are Anthony and Ahmad comes in through, you have every reason to worry because Ahmad Diallo is a very good player who has shown us that he is not as selfish as Anthony. You saw Anthony when he really had three players who were really looking in the face of goal in the game of Rio Betis. Instead of making a cutback or doing a cutback to Weghorst or Rashford or Malacia, he went in for selfish effort to loop it over the goalkeeper, and it went over the bar. So on several occasions yesterday, when you're playing Southampton, instead of really going in for a cross or for an extra pass or an extra touch, he just went in for shots. So I think Ahmad Diallo can do a better job than Anthony. That's it. If at all Ten Hag gives them a chance, I believe he won't let us down. He will come in through and do the needful. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button like no other. Thank you, Oweta Solomon, for watching in through. Then Prince Odeon, big up, bro. Sending love from Paris. Thank you, Odeon. Let not talk about Casemiro is a forgotten thing. Who really know football? No is not a red card, but yellow. For the sale of United, the owner are not ready for sale. They are ready for sale because they don't have the money, but they are just trying to elongate the process to see to it that they get £6 billion. That's it. They just want to really play what we call the L game, the long game. That's what the Glazers are really going to do. But they want to sell. Why? They don't have the money to invest in the club. They don't have 1.1 billion to invest in the new stadium. They don't have close to 500 million pounds to invest in Carrington. And secondly, they don't have money to bring United back to the glory where we are. So they are of no use. And the cow they've been milking no longer has milk. I mean, it's us performing very well. That does not give them a guarantee that they are really going to come in here and really see United really get to the level they're supposed to be because Erik ten Hag is here. Ten Hag will need the backing, will need a better stadium, the facilities that even Jesse Lingard came out and really complained about that other clubs really have playing areas, but United doesn't have the playing areas. After training, you just have to drive home. Yet, if those facilities were available, these players would have spent a little bit longer at the club, which helps the cohesion in between these players to build. So they don't have money. They don't have money. They want to sell. They are ready to sell. And they've told the Rain Group that let them not consider first those consortiums, all people who are really coming in through with offers of investing in at Manchester United, because where it has reached, even the investors are not enough. The investors are not enough. What we need is Qatari to come in through and do the needful, take over the club. You get? Refurbish Old Trafford or build a new stadium. Get in some good players, because if you have the Qataris, you can even sell 10 players and raise close to 200 million pounds. You get? If you get in 200 million pounds, then the wage bill, you would have really cut off close to 150 million pounds per year. That's it. So that means we can go ahead and really spend close to 300 million pounds if at all you're having the Qataris. But under the Glazers, even if we go in and sell players that are going to get us 200 million pounds, they'll tell Erik ten Hag that please use that amount of money and bring in players that you want. They are not willing to bring in money. They are not having the money to invest. That's it. And where the game has really gone, you need to invest money to really thrive. So for the Qataris, I hugely welcome them in, and the Glazers are really willing to sell. Trust me, they are willing to sell. Talking about Casemiro, guys, can I ask you something? If a person A rapes a girl on the village and he's not penalized or imprisoned, you think the next person who does it, when he gets caught by the law, shouldn't be arrested? So what Casemiro did deserved a red card. That's it. But why is it really blown out of proportion and being called not to be a red card? Why? Because the same referee that called for Casemiro to get a red card failed to take the same decision on João Felix's foul at Leicester City, because Ampate went high onto the shin. Was it the shin? I think it was on the shin. It was between the calf and the ankle. He went high, and the same referee said, "Play on." That's it. That's it. But one wrong doesn't make another wrong of the same caliber right. Let's try to understand it that way. Now I'm having Wuro, some Lidin. We should sell Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Tuanzebe, Maguire, Bailey, McTominay, Freddie van der Beek, Martial. To me, the players I believe you're going to sell: Brandon Williams, Tuanzebe, Harry Maguire, Eric Bay, Scott McTominay. For those, I'm sure they are going. But Donny van der Beek, no one is going to sign him out because he has been injured. He has been injured. So no one can sign him. Anton Martial, he's still earning £250,000 a week. He has been injured. No club is willing to take him. And he's going to run his contract down at Manchester United if at all you don't want him. So for Bissaka, looks like Erik ten Hag is starting to admire him, and you never know, he might make a decision on whether to sell him or not, depending on the budget situation at the club of Manchester United. But thank you for your input. Then Charlie Mazabuka, Pellistri should start ahead of Sancho or Anthony. He can take on opponents ahead of Ahmad. Head on Ahmad. 2 is better than the 2. All right, you're right. I also believe that this guy should start, Pellistri. We should give him a start and see how he does for the first 45 minutes. That's it, because Garnacho was given the goal, and I think Pellistri has also reached a level to give us a start in every game. Mehdi brother, thank you, Chigundu Mehdi, for watching in. Then Thomas Donko, greetings from Ghana. I will not blame Casemiro for that red card. I will blame the manager because of playing only Casemiro in the middle. Is not good at all. To me, I think we should leave the Casemiro story alone. It's gone. Even if you complain, the club has told you they're not going to make an appeal. If at all the club had told us they're going to make an appeal, then it would have really carried some water. But right now, it doesn't carry any water. To me, let's move on. Let's move on. The main reason that's why I've come out and really given you that story is that I wanted you to know the take or the stand of the club. The underlying decision of the club is simple. They are not going to make an appeal. And they are right, because even if they made an appeal, that PGMLO won't come in and really give United the best. So, Red Devil Studio, thank you for watching it, my brother. You are telling me that Qatar is in. Obviously, we want the Qataris in. We don't want Sir Jim Ratcliffe. To me, I don't want Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Why? He's not willing to clear the debt, and he's not having money to spend. When you look at his plan and the plan of Qataris for United, Qataris have the best plan to take us to the next level. That's it. To me, I'm a Qatari. I'm not going to hide on the fence. I want Qataris in. That's it. I want Qataris in. I want Qataris in. I won't hide. Then Thomas Donko, Glazers out, new owners in. Yeah, the Glazers should be out. They should show us their back. And at the beginning of next season, we shouldn't be having them. So for me, I don't even want to even imagine about the Glazers. That's it. I don't even want to imagine about them, because they've caused more harm to us than good. You all know that. So whether they live in April, whether they live in May, whether they live in July, whether they live in August, the day they really go out of this club, I'll sit down in my sitting room, get a glass of wine, sip it, and thank the Lord God for having made this happen, because we've seen more harm than good ever since the Glazers have been here. That's it. Thank you, Thomas Donko, for that. Then Moses Oyika, when is Garnacho coming back, bro? I don't want to miss him a lot in the field or play. I think we are being told that the injury is not all that serious and he might get back as soon as possible. So let's wait and see how that is going to pan out. I heard that Qatari are about to give up. No. There is. Let me show you something that Fabrizio put out. Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and really told us that the Qataris are not even willing to give up. They are here to buy the club, and they believe that no one is really going to match their bid. Obviously, their bid is £5 billion. There is something that Fabrizio Romano put up. There is something that Fabrizio, let me check it here. I want to show it. They are not giving up, man. They are not giving up, because this is a golden opportunity. I've seen several people coming out and saying we are afraid they might go in and buy another club. Guys, in the world, there is no club like Manchester United. There is no club like Manchester United. Like it or not, believe it or not, we are the biggest club in the world. Real Madrid might have won more Champions Leagues than us. Liverpool might have won more Champions Leagues than us. But what makes a club bigger in the world? It's simple. It's all about the fans. It's all about the fans. United has close to 1 billion fans all over the world, and no team comes next to us. So let no one lie to you that there is a way Qataris will get out of this. Do you know what it means buying a club that has 1 billion fans all over the world? 1 billion. 1 billion. Guys, they can't run away. They can't really get away from this club. So let me throw you this in. This is Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. He told us that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is still convinced to buy United. He remains keen on the United project to buy out the Glazers and minority shareholders in their entirety. Al Thani feels his bid could be the best one, with plans to invest on squad, youth system, and facilities. So he's not giving up. He's not giving up. Whoever is telling you that they are giving up, that's a lie. That's a lie. The lad is not giving up. He's here to take over United, and he wants everything to go on as planned. Wuro Samdelin will let go of 2 of our strikers and bring in Vlahovic. To me, Vlahovic, Benjamin Šeško, and Gonçalo Ramos are my top 3. I want those. I want those because their skill set, I love their underlying clinical finishing. They're really great. They are so much good. They are a joy to watch. Charlie Mazambuka, the Qataris are now putting in an official bid. Now, green light given by the Qataris. It's Sheikh being something. Yeah. They are coming in on Thursday this week. And after meeting and visiting United's facilities, Carrington and the stadium of Old Trafford, they are going to put in their second bid. And I believe it's going to be £6 billion. exactly what the Glazers want. That's exactly what is going to be submitted in. So to me, I believe we are good to go. We are good to go. The Qataris can't be beaten. Sir Jim Ratcliffe can't beat the Glazers. Just guys, he can't. He can't. For that, I'm sure that he can't beat them. Wuro is telling me perfect strikers United are Vlahovic, Evanilson, and Šeško. I want Vlahovic, Benjamin Šeško. Yeah, you're right. But Evanilson, I've seen him at FC Porto. He's not all that impressing, according to me. He's not all that impressing. But Vlahovic, Benjamin Šeško, Gonçalo Ramos, oh my God, they are really great. I like them. Cozy A, is there anything about Sabitzer coming back? I'm waiting for Erik ten Hag, by the way, because we've not yet gotten any green light on the return of Sabitzer, but I think he might be back this week. He might be back this week. I would like to see him play in the game of Fulham a lot, because on Thursday, Casemiro is going to be back, but we need him back in the game of Fulham, especially in that quarterfinal tie. That's it. Then Henry J. Uganda Rokani, thanks for the updates. Thank you, Henry, for watching it through. And guys, smash the like button like no other. Then I'm having James Odong. They must add another CDM next season because of Casemiro being lonely quality in that position. Yeah, he has to go ahead and redo the needful onto that. And I've always called in for that. That the first signing we should get in, by the way, in the summer should be a backup of Casemiro, or a player that can play as a CDM, can play in a double pivot, and obviously maybe even the central defense. But we need a multi-purposeful defensive midfielder. That's what we want. And you can hint on Frankie de Jong, you can hint on Caicedo, you can hint on Zubimendi, you can hint on Soumare. Those caliber of players are the ones that we need at Old Trafford in the start of the summer transfer window. Tokozi A, let's be honest, Weghorst is not the kind of striker we need at Manchester United, but I think he can act as a third striker because Ten Hag wants 3 strikers. So, unless otherwise Greenwood comes back, but if at all Greenwood doesn't come back, that means we'll be having Anton Martial, Wout Weghorst, and either Harry Kane, or Victor Osimhen, or Gonçalo Ramos, or Benjamin Šeško, or Vlahovic. That's it. Prince Odeon, Thomas Donker, thank you. You agreed with you. He's doing all the work alone. Why would him play to defend? To me, I believe that's lack of quality. It's lack of quality, by the way, because I think you need him to play alongside players like Sabitzer, Eriksson, but even Eriksson's tenacity is not great at covering that space. And I think Casemiro really deserves a player like Sabitzer or Caicedo playing next to him. You're right, Prince Odeon. Thank you for watching in. Then we did not had anything about Sabitzer update about his injury. That's it. They've not posed that question, but I want to see a journalist posing that question to Erik ten Hag very, very soon. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. I think we've come to the start of the end of this video, and may the Lord bless you abundantly. Everyone has been part of the video. Thank you very much for watching in through. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm coming back with another recording about Harry Kane latest update. I'm out.